Hello there, and welcome to Reach for Power, where we take a closer look at the power itself and the strategies to build it. We also analyze various roadblocks, self-limiting beliefs and behaviors that might be jeopardizing your potential. I am your host, Monika Kruk, and in this episode, we will focus on setting boundaries. Setting boundaries in a professional environment means drawing clear lines about what is acceptable behavior and what isn't, both for yourself and for others. Think of it like setting up a fence around your house, not necessarily to keep people out, but to make sure everyone knows where the yard ends and respects your space. These boundaries help manage your workload, interactions, and expectations, making your work-life balance more realistic and enjoyable. Boundaries can be physical, like your workspace, emotional, like what personal information you share, and temporal, like your work hours. They help create a structured environment where everyone knows their limits and responsibilities, which can significantly improve productivity and job satisfaction. Failing to set boundaries in the workplace can lead to numerous issues both personally and professionally. Let's have a close look at some of them. Point number 1, burnout. Without clear boundaries, you might find yourself overcommitting and overworking, leading to physical and emotional exhaustion. For example, Sarah kept saying yes to every project, and soon she was working very late every night, missing out on family dinners and weekend relaxation. Point number 2, decreased productivity. Constant interruptions and unclear expectations can result in poor time management and reduced efficiency. As an example, John's open door policy meant anyone could pop in at any time, turning his 8-hour workday into a marathon of distractions and half-finished tasks. Point number 3, stress and anxiety. Lack of boundaries can lead to increased stress and anxiety as you struggle to manage excessive demands and unclear roles. For example, Emma felt overwhelmed because her colleagues constantly asked her for help with their tasks, leaving her little time to do her own work. Point number 4, damaged relationships. Without boundaries, misunderstandings and conflicts can more easily arise, potentially harming professional relationships. As an example, Tom's co-workers were annoyed because he frequently interrupted their work with non-urgent requests, not realizing how disruptive it is. Point number 5, reduced job satisfaction. When boundaries are not respected, it can lead to feelings of frustration and dissatisfaction with your job. For example, Lisa began to resent her job because she never felt she had a moment to herself, even during lunch breaks. Okay, so now that we covered some of the potential negative effects of not setting clear boundaries, let's have a look at some practical advice on how to do that successfully. And I fully understand that setting boundaries can be challenging, but it's essential for a healthy and productive work environment. Let me share some practical tips to help you establish and maintain healthy professional boundaries. Point number 1, know your limits. That is, understand your own limitations in terms of workload, time, and also emotional capacity. This self-awareness will help you recognize when you need to set boundaries. For example, if you know you can only handle 5 projects at a time without feeling overwhelmed, make this limit clear to your supervisor. Advice number 2, communicate clearly. Use direct and respectful communication to express your boundaries. Be honest about your needs and expectations. For example, if you need uninterrupted time to focus on a task, let your colleagues know by saying, I need to concentrate on this report for the next 2 hours. Could we please discuss any questions after that? Point number 3, set physical boundaries. For example, create a workspace that helps you maintain focus and reduces distractions. You might consider using a do not disturb sign or work in a quiet room to signal to others that you need privacy. Point number 4, manage your time. That is, allocate specific times for checking emails, attending meetings, and working on tasks. Stick to your schedule as much as possible. Set aside the first hour of your full workday for important tasks before checking emails and messages. Point number 5, learn to say no. Politely decline additional tasks or commitments that exceed your capacity, or ask others to help you prioritize your current responsibilities. For example, if you are already swamped with work, say, I appreciate you thinking of me, but I am currently at full capacity. Can we revisit this later, please? Or help me understand which other task can be dropped from my to-do list. Point number 6, delegate when necessary. Don't hesitate to delegate tasks that others can handle. This helps distribute the workload evenly and ensures that you will not be overwhelmed. For example, if a colleague can take over a routine task, delegate it and focus on more critical responsibilities. Point number 7, seek support from management. If your boundaries are consistently being challenged, seek support from your supervisor or HR. They can help reinforce your boundaries and address any issues. As an example, discuss with your manager if you are constantly receiving work-related calls outside office hours. Propose a policy where non-urgent matters are addressed during work hours. Point number 8, take breaks and time off. Regular breaks and vacations are essential for maintaining your well-being. Ensure you take your entitled time off to recharge. As an example, schedule regular short breaks throughout your day to rest and recharge, and ensure you take your annual leave. Last but not least, use technology wisely. Utilize tools and apps that help you manage your time and tasks more efficiently. For example, use project management software to track your workload and set reminders for deadlines, helping you stay on top of your responsibilities without feeling overwhelmed. Here are a few more examples or scenarios to illustrate how to set boundaries effectively. Scenario number 1, managing workload. If your manager assigns you more tasks that you can handle, communicate your current workload and negotiate deadlines. You might say, I'm currently working on X and Y projects. Can you prioritize which tasks should be completed first? Scenario number 2, handling interruptions. If a colleague frequently interrupts you, set a boundary by scheduling specific times to discuss issues. For example, I am working on something urgent right now. Can we schedule a meeting at 2 p.m. to go over your questions? Scenario number 3, personal time. If you receive work-related calls or emails during your personal time, set a clear boundary. For example, I noticed you emailed me last night. To maintain work-life balance, I don't check emails after 7 p.m., but I'll get back to you first thing in the morning. Setting boundaries in the professional environment is crucial for maintaining a healthy work-life balance, reducing stress, and improving productivity. It involves understanding your limits, communicating clearly, and managing your time effectively. By establishing and respecting boundaries, you create a more structured and respectful workplace where everyone can thrive. Remember that setting boundaries, it's not about being rigid or uncooperative. It's about ensuring that you can perform at your best while maintaining your well-being. With practice and consistency, setting boundaries will become a natural part of your professional life, leading to greater job satisfaction and overall happiness. If you liked today's episode, please subscribe to have a regular access to the newly published content. You are also welcome to check Reach for Power webpage at reachforpower.com for more materials and my blog, and share your thoughts and comments through LinkedIn. Thank you for joining me today, and keep on reaching for power.